Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Our parsha this week is Lekh L'kha, the parsha where Avraham and his wife Sarah, originally called Avram and Sarai, are told Lekh L'kha, go to yourself, get up and go to the land that God will show you. It's the origin of the family that we descend from. Every Jew, whether born or choosing to be a member of our people, is a child of Abraham and Sarah. It's another beginning of our story. The character of Abraham is imperfect. He is so human. Throughout this parsha and the parshiot that follow, God tests Avram and then Avraham. And he does not always perform perfectly. We see Avram at this point go down to Egypt after God has commanded him to settle in the land of Canaan. There's a famine, and it says, Vayered Mitzrayma. Vayered Avram Mitzrayma. In the same way that his descendants will go down to Egypt. Of course, there was a physical going down from the hill country that is the land of Israel to the Nile Delta, lowland. But our commentators also understand it as going down to the level of perhaps lower morality that the commentators critique ancient Egypt as. Whether or not that's accurate is for historians to decide, but the Egyptians are not viewed favorably by many of our classical Torah commentators. And Avraham performs very poorly here. He, thinking only of his own survival, tells Sarai to say that she is his sister and not his wife, so that he will not be killed. Everything turns out for the best. God sends plagues and curses to the Egyptians, and it's very clear that Sarai should not have been taken. Avram is not perfect. The founder of our people was human. He was not a god. He was the image of God that all of us are. And the lesson we can learn is that none of us are perfect, but our goal is to always do better. To accept the tests that we're given and to try to become a better, more aware version of ourselves, so that the next time we are faced with a challenge, and it does take our father Avraham quite a while to figure out what God really wants. We'll see in next week's parsha that he's even willing to perhaps sacrifice his son for the cause before he realizes what it is that God really demands of him. May we enter this Shabbat thinking about the steps we can each take to become better versions of ourselves and to face the tests that we are given with strength and with humility, knowing that we are imperfect, but also great, just like our ancestors. Shabbat Shalom.